Hello, Twetwe.
Are you in the church? What's wrong with this guy?
Good for you. Anyway, this is TechBytes. We are back on TechBytes, where we give you the news, the updates, everything that happens in the tech space in Nigeria, Africa, and across the globe. I will not be here alone. I have two other amazing people. Are they amazing? Okay, let's leave the word. Amazing people. I remain Omole, and with me is Dami.
Hi everyone.
And
I'm the
Ganyu.
amazing dummy.
Hi everyone. It's a pleasure
Gani is
to
not
be
a
here once
regular
again.
on TechBytes. We should just, you should just come and sit here. Come and sit here.
If you pay me for appearance, I don't mind.
For our conversation today, we'll be looking at the resurgence of Bitcoin and talk about, the possible brighter future of crypto ahead. We have a guest who will be joining us later on. You have to stay tuned, to get the juice out of that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. There are 31 other episodes, so please do everything you can do to engage with it. You can find TechBytes on
Amazon, Apple, Google, Spotify, Samsung, RSS, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. Everywhere.
Okay, so before we go into the news segment, I just would like to ask Ganyu, how was your week?
It was pretty good. A little bit chaotic, but I survived, so I'm here.
You survived.
Yeah.
What? Did you enter a
Lagos is survivor now.
Did you enter a Dragon's Den?
Even in Lagos, you're
You don't
surviving
live
every
in
day, right?
Lagos to survive.
That's why I don't go out anyway. I think you should stay at home. They say stay at home and stay safe. Stay home, stay safe. Damn, how was your week?
My week was crazy because it was moving week for me, and
Yeah. Well, the only thing that happened this week to me that I wish did not happen was too much work and this sun. I came out, was it on Wednesday? I'm like, Jesus, the people that come out every day, how do they do it? Like, I can't do this every day. I just stay in my house. Anyway, that means take us around the world of the news. Give us the news in 10 minutes.
it's interesting, right? Our first news today is the polar opposite of what we have to talk about, the resurgence of crypto. But our first news is talking about an African crypto payment startup that shut down. That is LaserPay. So LaserPay, it's a crypto payments gateway that allows businesses receive crypto payments and convert it to naira, to whatever currency they want, fiat money and all of that. So the CEO, Njoko Emmanuel, co-founder and CEO, announced the shutdown of LaserPay yesterday. According to the statements, the crypto startup that was touted as the African Stripe, for crypto, is closing down because they were unable to raise money to keep the lights on. And they've been on this money raise for some months now. In fact, in November they had to lay off some staff because they could not keep up payments for everyone. But apparently 4 months later, they're just having to make the tough decision to shut down the lights and everything. All right. So a lead investor that was supposed to be the lead in the fundraising pulled out, and that caused some ripple effect. Last year, and that caused some ripple effect and everything for the platform. That's a bit of a sad news. The platform says it has serviced over 3,000 startups so far, 3,000 businesses more or less. And
I just like to know what Ganyu has to say on this, because he's a anti-crypto advocate. Ganyu.
It's not particularly a good news, because when I saw it yesterday, I was shocked because, considering the fact that, people's jobs will be lost in the process. I'm always very concerned about what the ripple effect would be on the average person, and especially Nigerians, Africans that depend on the platform, to do all of the stuff that they do and all of that. So it's not an exciting development, no doubt, and we can only send our best wishes to the laser pay team at these trying times and wish them the very best. The next thing they do.
But he did well. When I had to post the statement on my Instagram story, like, you really did well, when you were on.
And the solution was
a young Nigerian, doing all of that.
Solution was said to be super important.
They had a pretty good following.
That's why he was, comparing it to
adoption.
said African Stripe.
Stripe. It's just so interesting that it just can't survive the first 5 years.
Yeah.
But all the best laser pay and to the team as well in their future endeavors.
We wait for him coming back stronger with some other products.
Yeah. While we're still talking about that, this looks like a setup, but VC funding for cryptocurrency drops by 80% in Q1 2023. All right, so venture capital investments into crypto firms in the Q1 is January, February, March, dropped by 80%. This meant only 22.4 billion worth of VC funding went to crypto platforms in that period. This is, compared to the 13 billion that was seen in Q1 2022. That's massive money.
I don't think you're putting the currency, $13 billion.
Okay, yeah, dollars. Yeah, don't get it twisted.
Doesn't think it's
dollars.
Naira.
It's dollars. All right. This is not new or surprising. Since 2021, there's been continuous drop in venture.
Like it dropped from 65,000.
Yeah. There's a continuous
Even me,
drop.
I was like, what? I don't know how to check.
80% is.
I know how to check my wallet for a long time.
It's worrisome.
Yeah, I think that 2021 Q1 was coming off the 2022 Q1. The rise was coming off the 2021 crypto boom. Lots of boom in the crypto space. People were anticipating the next big thing in 2022. And last year it came with lots of shocks, from FTX to Luna to, the story was long.
Doing anyowness.
And this has spilled into the year as well. But hopefully it picks up again. Crypto is here to stay, right?
Let's just pick up. I have money inside
there. Paxful CEO Ray Youssef has responded to allegations of substance abuse and money laundering in the CoinDesk reports on Paxful's unraveling. So this week we talked to Paxful CEO on Technext.24.com. Exclusive, yeah, you should go and read it. So last week there was a news report that Paxful was shutting down. The CEO announced that Paxful was shutting down, and it gave its reasons. The fact that some key staff were departing, and some regulatory issues in the US. But after that, a news report came out on CoinDesk. CoinDesk is a prominent crypto platform. That what we're seeing, or what the CEO was telling us, is beyond that. There were some other deeper issues like substance abuse during meetings, and money laundering,
issues with his co-founder,
who wanted to get back at him and get his own share of the business, and all of this. But in the interview with Technext, Ray Youssef denies all of this and
all lies.
Yeah, says it's all lies, and he sheds more light about it. If you want to know what he says,
all he said,
yeah, you should go to Technext to read it.
Technext24.com.
Yeah. Go there now. All right, moving on. So today we've come with good news, right? Just to tell you also how you can make money. So OpenAI, the parent company behind the prominent chat bots and AI to ChatGPT, said it would pay users up to $20,000 if you can detect bugs in ChatGPT. Yeah, so if you're new to the space, this kind of thing is called a bounty hunt or a bug hunt. All right, and OpenAI has said it will pay users up to $20,000. The smallest will be $200 from the minute bugs to like $20,000 for the very severe bugs and all of that. So this is money on the table for you.
Do you use ChatGPT?
Once in a while.
Have you noticed any bug, anything that looks like a bug?
I have not used it that much, so think I've only used it maybe twice or thrice.
The only thing
I
I've
rarely
noticed
use it.
is one time I asked ChatGPT to describe a beautiful woman, and he said, "No, I can't do that. Yeah,
Yeah, it
don't
doesn't do personal or
yeah, don't take women by their face. Take them by." I'm like, oh my god, just describe a beautiful woman. That's a bug. Maybe I'll report it to ChatGPT.
no,
But
don't do that because they've
the
listed.
chatbot itself has,
Yeah,
its
they've
own
listed
flaws anyway.
They've listed the kind of bugs that people should list out.
I will
just so that
still reach out.
they said it should be
$200.
jailbreak prompts, coercive questions to initiate AI model writing malicious code, or queries that might trigger inappropriate language towards the chatbot's users. So these are the kind of bugs that you
I think it's very
should
important
pick
to know
out.
that. So
I think that one is bad, not ChatGPT. Google's
Oh,
bad.
okay, Google's bad. So these are the kind of bugs they are looking for. If you have more, as long as they can verify the authenticity, then yeah, go for it. But yeah,
and when you collect money,
when you
don't
collect
forget
money,
us.
pay your tithes to my account. Thank you.
Not true.
Substack. Next news is Substack has unveiled the product that got it banned from Twitter. So just in case you don't know, today is anniversary for when Elon Musk announced his intentions to buy Twitter. Yeah, right.
Don't
Happy
mind him.
anniversary to all Twitterians. If
Saying
you
that
can.
Twitterians.
All right. So the
But
newsletter.
we are not greeting Elon Musk. We're not greeting Elon
We've
Musk.
greeted him enough on this podcast. So the newsletter platform Substack has unveiled a new feature called Notes, all right, which function is similar to Twitter, and he rolled it out on Tuesday. And while Substack doesn't see Notes as Twitter rival because it says it's not accurate to call Notes a Twitter rival, they have two different models with different incentives, all right. Substack says the goal of Notes is to reward creators, to make it easier for subscribers to discover content, and Notes won't feel like Twitter or any other social media platform we know.
I think they also
today.
mentioned that it's going to be only used by that's people that use Substack will be the ones that be able to like, comment, and share. It's not that you just
Yeah.
so it's actually for Substack subscribers, not it's not for general use.
Yeah, and the news is coming just after Elon Musk banned all Substack links from Twitter last week. All right, and Twitter has also since then hid search results of any news mentioned in Substack. So yeah, it's
So
like,
it feels like a comeback.
yeah, it's like a direct competition
No,
that's
so because
Twitter
of that
is perceiving.
platform that Twitter actually said,
Yeah.
blocking.
So Twitter is perceiving a direct competition and probably trying to nuzzle it before it grows like wildfire. But let's see. It's a free world. Innovations can only thrive, right?
And Substack has a pretty good following as well. So
Almost every prominent newsletter is
Substack,
built
so-
on Substack. And talking about newsletter, you should subscribe to our newsletters too.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, that brings us to the end of the news around the world of tech, and yeah, thank you.
Go to technext24.com to read all of this, all the details. I'm sure we'll not give you all the details. So go to technext24.com to read all the details and more news stories. We also do interviews with, with founders, with women, with teenagers. Just go to Technext24 and you'll be excited that you actually opened that page.
Turn on post
Trust
notifications.
Trust me. Yeah, so the conversation for today, the topic is the resurgence of Bitcoin prices. Are the brighter days here? Last year when it went below 15,000 or 17,
20.
it went below, okay, let's say 20, went below 20. A lot of people cried. People went into depression.
as they should.
Gani was happy that people were going into depression.
I was seeing my money like this.
As in, I could not check my.
I didn't check for months.
I didn't check.
just
I
left it alone.
exactly, that was me. I couldn't check. Like, what? From 65? No way. So yes, the world's most popular cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, has been on a roller coaster, for a couple of years now, experiencing sharp fluctuations. It goes up, it goes down, and however, in recent months, it has okay, let me not say skyrocketed.
That's grown.
But it had a pretty good run in Q1. So
Yeah, that's gone up again,
We make it back
prompting
again.
many people to wonder whether it's now a period of growth and stability, but we can't say that yet. We can't really say that. Some experts, attribute the resurgence to institutional adoption, while others point to broader economic and geopolitical trends. In this context, the context of the rise and fall, we need to ask the question: are there brighter days for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency ahead, or is this just another temporary spike?
Yeah.
For our conversation, we'll explore the factors contributing to the resurgence of Bitcoin prices, and we have a professor. I'd like to call my guest professors. We have a professor who is going to help us, examine the long-term prospects for this influential digital currency. If Bitcoin goes down, be sure that Ethereum is going down. All the other ones are going down. If it goes up, so it's like it's too influential.
Yeah.
Anyway, so to do this, we have Elochukwu Okoye, who has 7+ experience in digital marketing and 5 experience in the blockchain content creation. He has worked with notable blockchain companies like Singularity Net, Moneytrip, V-Meta3, and Montech. He's going to be joining us. He's already here. Hi, Elochukwu.
Hi. It's so great to be here.
I like how he's happy.
How's your week, Elochukwu?
How was your week?
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
Okay,
Right,
you're
great.
not in Lagos, that's why. Because these Lagos people, they refuse to use the word awesome. Okay, so yeah, let's get into it. The first one is usually the first question is usually the obvious question. So what is your opinion on on the recent resurgence of Bitcoin prices? Do you believe that there are brighter days ahead, or is this another temporary period, where it goes up and comes down? As at this morning, it's Bitcoin price is over 30,000. I think I saw 3990. Yeah, I don't know if that's gone down now, but that was what I saw this morning. So do you think there are brighter days ahead, with this resurgence?
All right, thank you. It's very difficult to say that the brighter days are ahead because if you look at the Bitcoin and how it's been going over the years, like in 2020 or before then, around 7,000 to 18,000. Then to a point, it got to the peak 60K, over 60K, and now ranging around the region of 30K, 30 something. So the volatility, the brighter days might be around the corner, but you can never tell what's happening. I would encourage everyone that is optimistic about BTC and cryptocurrency to get on board, but always to do your own research.
Ganu, you mentioned optimism. Are you also optimistic about the resurgence?
Okay, yeah. Well, maybe a little bit. If we look at the fact that a lot has happened in the crypto market, from last year till now, and I'm glad Dami mentioned that Terra crash, FTS and all of that, and all of the other issues that have happened. So if Bitcoin still defied all odds and is still navigating and showing some balance somewhere, that might maybe give a sigh of relief somewhere. But like he mentioned, the volatility of the space is still like a problem. So it creates a lot of uncertainty, and you'll be wondering if it's just Bitcoin messing with your head. So you might not necessarily be certain that this might be it. But of course, you can only be optimistic, really. Especially for folks that have their money in crypto, just be optimistic and maybe pray to God that better days ahead indeed.
He also mentioned do your research. Please do your research before you actually invest.
Yeah. Okay, so Bitcoin, like you mentioned in Q1, has been on a steady rise. All right, there'll be moments of drops, but often it's all a steady rise. Today it's up by 1%, tomorrow 5%, like that. What would you say has contributed to the recent increase, especially considering the fact that just a few months ago we're still dealing with FTX, Luna, and everything.
And even, two major crypto banks collapsed.
Right, Signature and Silicon Valley Bank and all of that. What would you say has contributed in recent times to the steady increase in Bitcoin prices? And, the particular events that have done this?
Okay, this question is, as we can see, many investors see Bitcoin as a hedge against the inflation and economic instability. So this is a very big point, because especially when you see that BTC is outperforming instruments like gold. And just as you mentioned, the collapse of all these banks, the Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, is also showing that even the traditional institutions that people have their hearts and their trust in are failing them. So, and also the decline in the value of US dollars is also a factor. So all these factors are working in the favor of BTC and Bitcoin, making people to see that Bitcoin, of course, and the price. So those are the macroeconomic factors surrounding the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. So let me chip in something here. You said something that I just have to react to, the fact that the collapse of these banks shows that even the traditional institutions that we believe in have the capacity to fail. So, but of course, the problem with the crypto space really is the lot of uncertainty that is around, buying crypto assets really. And so, for somebody like me that I'm a crypto skeptic, right? Even if Access Bank collapse today, I'm sure that my money is safe. You understand? There's a backup plan somewhere. It's not like the same thing for crypto really. So what would be your take on that?
Yeah, in crypto it's not the same, to be honest, and that is why there is an element of decentralization in the cryptocurrency industry. I will always advise that cryptocurrency is an investment like every investment, but a risky investment. So being able to do your own research is the best advice that I will give to anybody that would like to invest in cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Plus, if you think about it, what you're buying is crypto. You're buying Bitcoin or ETH or something. If you buy one Bitcoin, your one Bitcoin does not reduce. What reduces is the value of it compared to your other currencies.
So it's still one Bitcoin.
It's just like if you buy Naira. Naira is always... Okay, let me not talk.
What? I'm not there.
When you come after you.
Anyway, so one of the experts have said one of the reasons Bitcoin is resurging is because of institutional institutions are beginning to consider it. I think South Africa said it's now a financial asset. Yeah. So do you agree that institutional adoption of Bitcoin is causing this resurgence? What do you think about institutions becoming interested in Bitcoin?
Yeah, institutional adoption is a factor, but it's not everything. You can, if you watch Twitter, you listen to news, you can see that MicroStrategy is always buying Bitcoins, right? Yeah, every time you hear MicroStrategy buying Bitcoins. But someone said, I always hear MicroStrategy buying Bitcoins, but I never hear them say they were selling. Is it that they all buy and they don't sell? Anyway, that's a topic for another day. Also, the FOMO effects, fear of missing out. Once the interest is there, once the interest of the institution is there, and people are seeing, wow, this asset is performing. So the fear of missing out will always come in, and that will also lead to the increase in price. Then retail traders also have more confidence in BTC, in Bitcoin, when institutions are buying. So it's like a ripple effect. Recently, we heard that Twitter is partnering with eToro to let their users trade stocks and crypto. So when you hear all this news, of course, it shows that there is more institutional adoption of cryptocurrency and BTC. And that would also lead to increase in the price of BTC.
Talking about increase that you mentioned now, this increase, is this something that you think is sustainable, or is it a bubble like 2021 that soon it will just go poof and we would all be wet with the water?
Well, that's a very good question. But I will say that BTC, I don't believe that BTC is a bubble that is about to be burst. And one of the reasons is because of the longevity of the industry. You know, the industry has gone a long way. It has started for a long time, and it's an industry on its own. Though the cryptocurrency is subject to volatility, and there is always a persistent price swings, but because BTC has experienced growth in the past, so they say history will always repeat itself. I believe that it's not a bubble. Rather, things will continue to get better as the industry matures.
So I wanted to ask something. So technically, you're saying that this is the right time to invest?
He says, do your research.
You will always do. See, no crypto person, no BTC person will always tell you invest or not invest, because some of those advices people do give, it can hurt someone, especially when you do it the wrong way. That is why you always need to do your own research. It's always the best. Do your research before you invest, because cryptocurrency is a risky investment. Investing in digital assets is risky. Do your own research.
Feels like
I think that's my take-home point anyway. Do your own
research. Feels like crypto is the only investment where the proponents are like doing your own research. Real estate, they'll tell you invest.
Invest. They don't even
Forex will tell you
invest.
Affiliate marketing, invest. Do crypto.
Well, every 3 market days, we hear that do your own research. But it's interesting.
Ganu, do your research. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. It's also there's also something I need to add. It's very important to do your own research, because if you depend on other people to do your research for you, that is why the influencers would come and be telling you this is the way it is going. Whereas they are giving you a narrative to influence their trades. I can be telling you that the market is about to dump, and it makes sense if my trade is going that direction. So I'm influencing the trade indirectly, and that is what is happening. So if you don't do your own research, the way we call it, then you provide liquidity for the institutions.
Like Elon was doing with Dogecoin that year.
Yeah.
So you talked about how institutional adoption has helped increase cryptos or BTC and the entire crypto space, the value over the last few months and all of that. What role do you think the regulatory space will take or will play out in the future in terms of Bitcoin and crypto? I mean, just this week we had the G7 will be talking about how to regulate crypto at the next summit and all of this. Are there specific regulations or policies that you think would have a significant impact on the cryptocurrency market, be it for good or be it for bad?
Yes. To be honest, I have a friend of mine, a Bitcoin analyst and a crypto analyst. He said something. I think the market is right for regulation. The BTC market, the cryptocurrency market, have been unregulated for some time now. Despite the fact that countries can pop up and bring their own regulations, like the recent fining of Binance by the US government is also part of it. And the banning of mining activities in China and all that are all part of regulations. So introducing that can be for good. It can also go the other way. It can be for good if, of course, it makes people to get more confidence. And it's all about people's reaction. It can also go the other way if those that believe in the hardcore decentralization proponents that believe that governments should never and never try to do anything with cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. And they see that governments are interfering. So if there are a large number of people towards that angle, then you can see that it's that the markets is more likely to go the other way. But from what I'm seeing, from a lot of people that I know, the primary motivation for most people going into cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is to make money, is to make a living. Okay, so because of that issue, you see that a lot of them are not really hardcore decentralization proponents. So in my own assessment, is going to be a plus for the industry.
Okay. So talking about regulation, I mean, like you mentioned, the hardcore proponents or the hardcore evangelists for crypto have been no to regulations. Now, with the old wave of people calling for regulation, is that not like trouble in the camp, or like maybe Bitcoin guys don't know what they want actually? Like, they're confused. If you say no regulation and on the same hand decentralization, right, on the same hand you're talking about, oh, okay, maybe it's time for government to step in and all of that, like, is it that at the slightest issue people are scared?
Yeah. No. You see, there's no technology that starts the way it originates. You know, it starts initially. There is always development. They say that the law is not, man is not made for the law, or the law is not made for, man is not made for the law, man is made, or the law is made for man. You see, change will always come flux. Nothing is ever the same. So bringing about change, I think this is the right time for that.
Okay. So it's time for regulations.
Yeah.
Ganyu, respond to that.
Okay. I mean, more like a follow-up question to that. So no doubt, because there've been a lot of concerns around how unregulated the crypto space is, and I think it's commonsensical for people to express those concerns. Considering, I mean, if you look at events in the space, you would be scared of, you know, putting your money, because there's no government certainty that, okay, your money is safe. I mean, if you look at the collapse of you know, crypto exchanges and all of that, so are there specific areas of regulations that, in your opinion, you think would be helpful for the crypto space at this point?
Yeah, regulation in terms of you know, the countries coming together and bringing about making maybe an international law, or a kind of a law that guides the operation of cryptocurrency bodies, cryptocurrency exchanges, and all that, and for cryptocurrency to be recognized as officially as an instrument, you know, that people can trade, because it is not every country that recognizes that. And I don't know how possible it's going to be, because a lot of things about cryptocurrency and the blockchain and how it operates. But I think let's continue going via that regulation. As things unfold, we learn things and it gets better day by day.
Okay, finally, so I I know that Nigeria has a very complicated history with regulating crypto, right? I mean, the infamous crypto ban is something we would always reference, right? And so we're seeing other countries, right? I mean, South Africa, coming into the space, seeing the need to step in and recognize, Bitcoin as a financial asset, right? So are there lessons that Nigeria can learn from, countries that are stepping into the crypto market?
Yes, there are. Because if you look at Dubai, for example, Dubai has opened up. I've never seen that's UAE rather has opened up its territory. Dubai is like the capital of everything: innovation, tech, metaverse, cryptocurrency, and all that. So, if we want to get to the level of Dubai and attract people, there are specific laws. There are things that we need to put to place. I think Nigeria needs to learn from these countries, like giving tax concessions to some of these people. These are innovatives, These are 21st century tech, 21st century way of life, 21st century business. So we shouldn't be archaic and continue looking back and focusing on the disadvantages and the demerits of the blockchain and cryptocurrency. We should be progressive if we are to compete globally in the community of nations. But if we continue to take the back seats, then we'll be left behind.
We're already left behind.
Thank you very much. We'll relay this to the president-elect.
There is in Naira. We are one of the first countries to have launched our own CBDC.
It's not easy now.
How many people is it in Naira?
Do I mean easy?
How many people have seen in Naira?
Oh, you see.
In Naira.
Is there really in Naira? Anyway, so there's a point you mentioned earlier. You said
in Naira is a case for another day.
Okay.
So you mentioned a point earlier. You said the weakening US dollar is affecting the resurgence of Bitcoin. I want you to expand on that. Tell us why this is happening, and if the US dollar is further weakened, do you think it would help the Bitcoin prices or crypto prices?
This question is more or less practical. Take a look at it. You have Naira. Let's not even go to dollar. We have Naira in Nigeria. That's our national currency. And each time you hold 100 Naira, you go to the market. And what 100 Naira buys today is not what it's going to buy tomorrow. It's buying significantly less. You go to the next day, what the same 100 Naira can buy is getting significantly lesser. And so once the value of the currency is getting low, the prices of course go higher, and also the inflation rate is getting higher. So it means that keeping the money in the bank is not the answer. So I believe that the way it's going with the US economy now, they are smart people and they are business people. So no one wants his money to go at a loss. So it will definitely would make BTC to become more attractive.
Okay.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Did you hear?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, a major takeaway from all of this is do your research. So
go and start reading.
I invest in research now.
All right, talking about making crypto attractive. So it is good, right? Prices are increasing. People are making more money.
Yeah,
farmers are not hungry, and all of that.
I saw what you did.
But then, also in recent times, there's been significant rise in terms of cyber attacks and hacks of crypto platforms, even platforms itself, like they're hacking an entire cryptocurrency platform or people's wallets and all of this. It's increasing. And because there is no government regulation there yet, it is difficult for people to recover or retrieve their money. I mean, if my account is hacked now, I know my Naira account is hacked now, I know there are probably mails or processes I can take, so at
CBN.
least kind of get my money back, or even if not get everything, maybe some part of it, or make sure somebody goes to jail for stealing my money. But in crypto, there isn't anything like that so far. If your money is gone, it's gone, right? And it makes people scared. If you can't assure the safety of my funds, why are you telling me to invest in it? So what can you say? How do you think this event has impacted Bitcoin to the layman, to the average person out there, and how do you think it could get better? Yeah.
Now let me drop the shocker. In 2022 alone, about $3 billion were hacked. I mean, not just 2022 alone, but grossly by 2022, $3 billion from around 125 hacks, as reported by Chainalysis. And you can see that it is a lot of money.
Only the ones reported.
So that is that is the shock. There are also other hacks in case of protocols that use smart contracts, called a smart contract hack. Those are also different type of hacks. So it's a common phenomenon in the blockchain and cryptocurrency space. And but to be honest, there is no, as far as technology is concerned, there is no institution that is not prone to hack. What you do is you up your game. Even traditional banks do get hacked. Customers in Nigeria here, of course, customers will just come. I discovered that I've never done online transaction. I've never used my ATM. Some people say they don't even have ATMs. Yet they started getting debit alerts. How come? In terms of hack, there are a lot of hacks. And that has eroded trust among investors and has, of course, put doubts about the security and stability of cryptos. However, the proof of work system in BTC, that is, if we are talking about BTC, makes it very difficult for BTC to be hacked. That is one. Then secondly, anyone that wants to get into the crypto space should be careful. You should learn the ropes. You don't just go and trade it. Always ensure that whenever you copy the address you want to send your crypto to ensure that it's the same address that you copied. Because if you have a virus, there's a virus, for example, that where you copy an address and paste it, it changes it to the hacker or the attacker that has compromised your device. So you should always have a second check. Then avoid clicking links. This is not only about blockchain and cryptocurrency. Even in the internet, a lot of people have their social media hacked because of clicking links. So avoid clicking all the links that you see, especially the links that you don't know anything about or links. Then finally, always make sure you confirm the platform that you are doing your transaction, because there are cloned platforms that look like the real one, but in the real sense of it, they are not there. They are just maybe a little modification that you don't know. So everything boils out being security conscious, because once your beauty is gone, they call it outlaw.
Yeah, so the last one. Looking ahead now, what do you think what do you think that space should be doing to make sure that people don't lose their money, people don't cry, everybody is happy that their money is somewhere and it's actually the prices are increasing? And what are the trends and development that you think will actually influence the resurgence or the ultimate resurgence of Bitcoin, as it's back to 70K as we saw it last time?
Yeah, talking about trends, of course, the institutional adoption is one, and which is happening already. The continued growth of the crypto markets in terms of market caps, trading volumes, and the rest, it will definitely happen. And finally, what we talked about, regulation will always come. And all these things are the things that I believe that are likely to make impact significantly the crypto markets in the coming months and years.
Gani, do you agree with that? He mentioned institutional adoption. He mentioned earlier. He mentioned weakening of the US dollars. So, do you think all of this? Do you really want Bitcoin?
Okay, well, so I would say that if we look at the combination of those factors, right, and like I stated earlier, the fact that Bitcoin itself has been able to defy all odds, looking at all of the uncertainty in the market, so it offers some optimism. I must admit that maybe better days are indeed ahead, and for somebody who is very concerned about regulation, that I'm particularly excited by the institutional support that the crypto market is now gaining. So this is also part of things that would inspire confidence in people. So if the Nigerian government has like a rethink and decides to recognize, Bitcoin as a financial asset, for instance, it's going to offer a lot of confidence in the Nigerian people. People will be like, for the government to really trust
crypto,
this, then it means that we can actually put our money, and you're sure that government is not giving you false hope. I mean, just hope on paper. There's some sort of regulatory frameworks, policies that are in place to actually ensure your safety. So it's interesting to see how well the crypto market is evolving, especially in terms of regulation, and I will be looking forward to seeing what happens on a global scale now. If eventually the G7 discourse, and we see what they come up with, and even at the level of the international community, really everybody has a crypto policy, a crypto regulation that would help enable the markets. It will be very good for everybody, and a lot of crypto enthusiasts of course will be excited, and even some of us crypto skeptics might also be converted. So it's going to be a win. So, let's wait and see.
Yeah, so for me, on my own part, the number, VC funding dropped by 80%. I want to see VC funding increased by 90% in the second quarter. That means do you have any other things?
Yeah. Wait, is that a prediction?
Yes.
Well, that's a bold prediction.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible.
See? You see?
My own is I shall want to make it. We all gonna make it. Crypto, please. My children's future are at stake.
All right, we have come to the end of the conversation. Thank you, Elochukwu and Ganil, for joining us. Damn, I'm not thanking you. Elochukwu, thank you once again for joining us. It has been insightful. Dan would have done a recap, but he's not happy today because of Lagos traffic. So yes, the conversation doesn't usually end here. Just drop your social media handle, whichever one you use mostly, so that people can reach out to you and continue the conversation.
Okay.
Which one do you use? You can just tell us.
Okay. Yeah. I actually use LinkedIn.
Okay.
So Elochukwu Okoye is my name.
So just meet him.
Elochukwu Okoye is on LinkedIn. Search for me.
And you can ask him questions about how to address. Do research.
Yeah. Any question you have, you can just go to
LinkedIn.com. You can reach me at linkedin.com.
Okay.
/in/Elochukwu-Okoye.
Okay.
That's my.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You can get me direct.
All right.
Ganyu.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that you meet your fellow.
Yeah. So I'm Gani Olorantade on all social media platforms. Gani is spelled Ganiu without the Y. And Olorantade is
so serious.
ONTADE. Yeah, looking forward to connecting with you.
Is preparing for his mandate in 2020 something.
Yeah, so if you search for me, Omole Omori, all social media handles, you will find me. I'm sure you will find me. There's no that combination like that. Omole Omori.
It's pride. Mine is Hackdown07 on Twitter, Instagram, and Oluwadamilare Akinpelu on LinkedIn. I just opened my Facebook back again, so yeah, you can meet me on Facebook. Thank you.
All right, this is TechBytes. We have come to the end of TechBytes 32. Like, subscribe, share, engage with it as much as you can. You can, draw out snippets and share across your platform. The conversation, as I said, it doesn't end here. You can meet either Ilichuku or Ganyu. Do come and meet me because I'm still unhappy about what happened to Bitcoin last year. So you can meet either Ilichuku or Ganyu, talk to them about the resurgence of Bitcoin prices. Till we see next week.
All right. Take care, guys. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.